Hold the hell up. We got problems. How y'all doing? Oh, I guess it was playing. I'm special ed, y'all. God damn. How you doing, Phil? Hey, shout out, Michael Ray. How you doing? It's official. The 2025 LDBC Meet and Greet in Las Vegas, Nevada, August 9th and 10th. Hosted by none other than 78 Sports TV, accompanied by many LDBC content creators you know and love. Come through and enjoy the LDBC Basketball Classic, where Team Voltron will take on LDBC Selects. Come on out and have a good time in a family atmosphere. Children are welcome. Get your tickets ASAP.
Brought to you by The Usual Suspects.
It's the Find a Boxer game, and we looking for the big fish. Purchase your box for a chance of winning $240. Here's how. 1 out of 48 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping, $, usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address, and your box number will be sent to you ASAP.
UsualSuspect6.com.
This time, each box will cost $10. That's right, I said $10. Remaining proceeds will go to the LDBC meet and greet, August 9th and 10th.
It's a Usual Suspect thing.
What's going on, y'all? How you doing? How y'all doing today? I'm having a day. Yeah. I'm having a special day. Ah, I'm just here to talk about the fights of past weekend. I really don't talk about the drama so much. I said what I had to say in my video, but at the end of the day, I might talk about it when everything else is said and done. I'm gonna do my breaking picks. Later, cause I ain't got time. I just don't be having the time. Yeah. I hope everybody's doing okay. Thank you for coming in. Please and kindly smash that like button. Subscribe if you have not. Appreciate you in advance. And you know what, big bro, it's okay. I ain't mad at you. Like I started listening to some, but I was like running over, so I know where you coming from. I am gonna go back and listen because I said that I saw that a different way, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna run it back and I'm gonna listen, okay? Um so shout out to the King Just Do. Shout out to my big bro Kano. Shout out to the beloved Joe Townsend. And my brother, my great brother, Michael Ray the second. How y'all doing today? Tucson, how you doing, beloved? All right. So again, I don't want to take all day doing this stuff. So, you know, people people got other things to do. Wardley Hooney. I'm gonna hit that up first. I sure enough wish Red, that is Cadillac Red of the US 6 was in here because he brought me up on his show because I took issue with the verdict of this fight, and I'll get into that. Marky Dan, the historian, how you doing? Not yet, but we coming. We about to hit him over the head with some truth, fam. My queen, my sis, the beautiful Tay Tay, the real queen of MMA. You guys ain't subscribed to her, please do. Also, any of you who have channels, always feel free to put your link in the chat. I ain't ever mad about that. My brother Rodnell, hey, how you doing, fam? It's good to see you, great brother. Okay, so yeah, Red, but yes, ma'am, Red brought me up on his show because I took issue with this. I'm gonna hit up my notes on this one, right? Worley versus Hooney. Fabio is now 19-0 with one draw, 18 knockouts. Justice Hooney is 12-1 with 7 knockouts. The first few rounds were good, some back and forth going on. Come round 4, I feel like Hooney came on with he was getting Fabio to the ropes and working. Though they were both winded, Hooney had the higher work rate, in my opinion, and his pedigree was showing. To me, actually, his pedigree showed through the whole time. But his footwork, punch placement, his defense. Fabio, he was doing some work. He did look a little bedraggled to me though, or tired, worn out, if you will. But he put in some good work. So I think Hooney had the more combos as well. Also, let me hide that. Okay, I think Hooney also had more combos. Good Lord, I am really having a day. But he was able to sustain. Justice had Wardley good and wore out. It says frustrated in round 9 because really they were just going back and forth in between, 4 to 9. The thing is though, Fabio again looked a little winded to me, and Justice was whooping his ass, y'all. It is what it is. In the end, I believe Hooney should have invested a bit more in the body. Now, mind you, he was investing in the body, but he was also throwing a lot of ones and twos. Um, if he wanted that win, but ultimately in round 10, as they had so many times before in the fight, they both threw a straight right, but Fabio hit Huni square on the chin. And yes, 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 the jokes. Huni has a huge chin. How Fabio was missing it the whole time before that, we don't know. But he just hit him at the right spot with the right amount of pressure, and he dropped him, right? He also has a big nose. Yes, yes, yes. People was making all kind of little jokey jokes, and it's all good. I don't care. Um, but okay, so what did I say here? Square on the chin, his nose, yeah, is large. We couldn't, why he couldn't get off earlier, I don't know. So Wardley wins with the 10th round knockout. I took issue with the knockout because when he dropped him, and I'm not the only one, and I showed other people and pointed it. I didn't actually have to point it out to some. Some saw it off the top. But when he got dropped, the camera immediately switched to a weird angle of all the cameras in the stadium, and they have a bunch. It switches to this camera that's behind Wardley, who's standing in the corner. You could kind of see, excuse me, the foot type area of Huni getting up, right? Then the camera switches to Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren in the audience. And I want to say, like, Frank was laughing. Like, at first they're like, oh, but then, they're laughing. And I'm like, this is just weird. Why ain't y'all showing this man what's happening in the damn ring? We ain't seeing the count, nothing. All of a sudden, when it switches back to the ring, the fight's being waved off. Now, mind you, I'm looking at Huni. He, to me, visibly, all we see is from here up. I don't see that he's dazed. Can I immediately just tell? Probably not. But he looked very coherent. Um, so I took issue with that. And I watched it back a couple of times immediately, and I counted. It was a 7 count. But I never saw the ref counting. And now I have taken into account that maybe the ref saw something in Huni's face that said, nah, you've had enough. That shot, that was enough. I don't know though. I just feel some kind of way about it. It is what it is. That's what my eyes see. That's what my brain, you know, understands, and that's how I feel. Okay. Yeah, he was getting outboxed, man. Absolutely. If Wardley can't crack a skull, he in trouble. Well, man, look, I was gonna get into that. Benito Gonzalez Jr. You know what? You don't owe blacks anything. When we were here first, Queen, you know, this ain't the show for this. I will disagree with you, absolutely. Because reading is fundamental. Okay. Go read The Races of Men by Robert Knox. There's plenty of books actually out here that'll tell you that the people that was here before anybody, they look like me. Okay. Just for the record. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't really care for the decision, but it's not a big deal. It is what it is. I actually voted. Yeah, I picked Wardley for a 9th round knockout for the fight pool, right? So it is what it is. He could have, if he was gonna knock him out, he could at least did it a round earlier. That's all I'm saying. Give me some damn double points. This right here, yeah. You don't get to come to my channel and talk shit about some bullshit. when I'm talking boxing. Maybe some other time. Anyway, as far as going forward, I would love to see Huni again. I watched his previous fights, but I was impressed. I'm not gonna lie. I like him. He puts me in the mind of Agit Kabiel, but he looks similar to Jai Opataya. He don't look like Jai, but they're from the same area, so it makes sense. But I absolutely would like to see Justice Huni again. As far as Fabio Worley goes, it's whatever. Honestly, I'm not a fan, and I know a lot of people like him, but I'm not really a fan of his. So it makes me no, never mind. Let me see something. Okay, I thought that fight was for a title, right? But I guess not. Do I get to speak facts while you talk boxing? Don't get crazy, Marky Dan. You can say whatever you want. Ref waved it off, Shawa. He was done. Yeah, 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 yeah. But I saw the same thing you did. It definitely looks suspect. I know, you know, I've talked to more people that say that too, that the ref waved off, he was done. Maybe saw something in his face. It's just with all the corruption that goes on in the sport. Yeah, man, I have an issue. Again, I picked Wardley. I really thought Wardley would win that fight anyway. Absolutely, especially that type of crap, Mike. Oh, why you gotta ask? That's what you're rich for, friend. That's what your rich is for, especially if they're south of the Borderians. Yes, yes, I said it. I don't care. Um, so my next fight that I'll talk about here was Fiera versus Fiera, and this was actually a very good fight, y'all. Very skilled ladies. Let me see. So Beatrice Fiera, who is, let me get my screen out so I can see what y'all seeing. The lady with the green top on. She's actually the IBF World Light title holder, right? Um, has a very good background as far as being an amateur and the Olympics, right? On the right side, we have Maria Inez Fiera. Really weird that their names are the same. They're from different places, Brazil, and I think Argentina, I believe. The one in the blue is from. Either way, very, very, very skilled women. Now, Beatrice, though, is well, I can't call her prospect because she holds a title, but she's 7-0 with 2 knockouts. Um, Maria, I'm just going to call the blue shirt Maria and green Beatrice Maria. Excuse me, she is 11-1 now and one draw, 6 knockouts. I thought I saw something else here. The way he still, we didn't see it. 2 cents, look. 2 cents. Where'd you see him stand up wobbly? Because it didn't show shit. Okay. It didn't show nothing, fam. But it's good. I'm not mad. It's okay. What's going on, my beautiful sister, Shaquila Fields, in the building? Much love to you, beautiful. Thank you for popping through. Oh, Mac of the South, my great brother. Peace, blessings, and safety to you, family. Just put it on my counter, please. Thank you. Blessings to you, brother. Um, so Beatrice and Maria for the IBF World Light, very skilled women with awesome skill levels. That's kind of redundant, but these are my notes. Both has had great power, and they both used a very, very good punch selection. Beatrice, she was slick and defensive, and her speed showed the levels between them as well as her pedigree. Um, she was beating her to the punch a lot of the times. She she was getting off some good chin checks on her, and Maria was just falling short again. Maria, blue shirt, falling short. Uh, if you haven't seen this fight and you are, down to watch the women, you might want to check this one out. It was a very good fight. Now, women again are always scrappier than the men, throwing more shots faster. Maybe because we're smaller, maybe just because we caddy like that. I don't know what it is, but both of them were actually doing beautiful work. So as far as Beatrice, green shirt, she has an extensive amateur career as well as being a silver and bronze Olympic medalist, along with her achievements. While Maria landed a lot of good and effective shots, Beatrice landed more often, making Maria miss. Y'all, I said she was defensive. The way she was making that woman miss and then making her pay, it was good. It was a good fight. And they were close to similar in size. Maria more broad in the shoulders, but she just kept falling short. She just had a issue with the range, I think, because you should be adjusting. If you're throwing punches and somebody's able to just dip back, then maybe you need to, step on there. Maybe she was afraid of Beatrice would really tear her up. I'm not sure because they both had good power. No one got hurt, so I don't know what the deal was with her, but Beatrice ended up winning by unanimous decision, retaining her IBF title. Let me see. Good. That's what I like to hear. When a fighter doesn't complain about the stoppage, I say, yeah. I'm not mad at that because not only did he not complain, Eddie, that's his promoter. Eddie didn't complain. The corner didn't protest. So again, I'm not. Look, let me feel the way I want to feel. It was a dirty. It was dirty. It was a dirty one. It's all good. It's the 2 minute rounds. I was asking somebody, Kano, if women fighting at the pace that they do were to go 3 minute rounds, we'll say 12 for 12 rounds. Like, would they be gassing out like these men do? I need to run back the Amanda fight where now the lady she fought with, actually, I don't think anyone knew. It was a black lady, I want to say from the island somewhere. And they ended up actually doing well. 3 minutes, and I believe it was 12 rounds. If not, it might have been 10, but I thought they did well. But I'm just curious, do women have a little bit more energy, more stamina to expel? Because again, I don't know. You look at the smaller men fighting too, they tend to have more energy, and I don't really see them gas like that. So it's just an interesting thing I want to check out here. What's going on, D Free? How you doing, family? Okay. Here go 2 cents. Funny part was Eddie thought he had him one. You know what though? I think he does. Justice, what did I say? He's 7-0, 12-0. He's young. But when you watch that fight, you can't say that you did not see the separation in skills between them, right? Essentially, Wardley just got off a good shot. Again, this is a shot that they both have been throwing all fight. Straight rights. Straight rights. And they were throwing them simultaneously. It just so happens that he happened to catch him. So for me, yeah. Huni might be one of them ones. Very as big as he is, and again, this is why I say he reminds me of Caballel. His body type, the layer of fat, if you will, because I don't think fighters should be ripped and muscular. Like I think you should have a little layer of cushion, right? Um, just be in shape. Just run. Get your butts out there and run and build up your lungs. Open up the lungs, right? He has a similar body type to Caballel. I don't know that Caballel is actually as defensive though as Huni is, and it could be age, And Huni's just recently out of the amateur, so yeah. I want to see Huni again, hater. 2 cents. I'm just messing with you. I do. I want to see him again. I like him. I don't think it's because of the 2 minute rounds, but it's part of it because they have to get their stuff off quick. Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, with that extra minute, mm, I'm just curious what their gas tanks look like. Um, the next fight, a fight that I'm hoping, you guys saw. I like this one too. Very, 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 very much so. Junto Nakatani versus Ryosuke Nishida, right? This was actually a unification. Junto holding the WBC title, Ryosuke holding the IBF. Junto is 31, and this is now 31-0 with 24 knockouts. Ryosuke is again not a prospect, but a young fighter in the game, right? 10, now 1 with 2 knockouts. They immediately went at it. And another thing, Junto's fought a lot of guys, as you guys know, over there. A lot of those guys are smaller, and yeah, these guys are still small in weight, but they're taller. They're taller than the average guys over there, right? Let's see, Junto being 5'8", excuse me, with the 68.5 reach. Ryosuke, well, really? Boxrec want to check me real quick to make sure I'm a human. Thank you. Ryosuke was 5'7", with a 68-inch reach, and he's 28. Junto 27. It's very close, but again, the guys over there are smaller in stature. The weight, the bantamweight, yeah, they're still itty bitties, but they're taller. This guy was similar to in height to him, and it's not like the first tall or average, comparable fighter he's had. But it was just nice to see him fighting somebody within his range. But either way, they got it cracking quickly, and Nishida was catching Junto with some good body shots, and they were clearly effective. It was backing Junto up. He didn't like it, but he wasn't closing the path to the center mass to negate those shots. So I want to say that through the whole fight, though, Nakatani, he didn't. He never really closed the guard. He never, made any type of adjustment. His whole center mass was just open, and Ryosuke just kept catching him. But he did dole out his own punishment with combos through and around the guard, as well as that uppercut and overhand left. In round 4, Nishida's right eye began to swell badly. He caught a couple of lefts that stopped him in his tracks. But shout out to Nishida, who kept coming forward and throwing, even with the huge hematoma on that eye. Lord. The Nakatani was attacking relentlessly. They both stayed squared up, mostly throwing their hands the whole fight until the end of the 5th round, going into the 6th. This is when the fight was called off before Ryusuke could come back out, before either could come back out. Something I noticed though that I did not like, because I just look at these little things in the corner. I don't recall seeing no cold steel on that hematoma. Like I didn't see no ice bag. I didn't see nothing. No frozen peas. Like I don't know. Maybe his corner just wasn't prepared for if he got his ass kicked. But I noticed things like that. It was just. I think that the fight could have been actually prolonged, maybe even to a finish, had anybody not gotten knocked out. If they would have just had some cold steel to immediately put on that eye when he first got hit, like it was just weird. I didn't really like that. I'm just like that, right? Shout out to Ryosuke. He's gained a supporter in me. Due to the hematoma in Nishida's eye, he never returned to the ring. The fight ends in the sixth round. It was an RTD stoppage. That's a corner retirement or a referee's technical decision. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's going on? To the great brother Stormy B, man. How you doing, family? It's good to see you. Time is it? Oh, it's about 3:30 your time. Okay. It's good to see you, Stormy. Hey, Op Jones. How you doing, family? It's good to see you. So, la 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 la. The next card. We're just gonna say the card because obviously I'd like to do fights on this card, right? Not just the main bout. We all know the circumstances as to why this beautiful young man on the left side of the screen um, even got to a place to be the main feature on this card. Again, I'm not going to talk about that right now, possibly after I do my breakdowns. Yeah, baby. But I already did a video on that, and I'm just over the BS with some of these guys, right? Now the card had a lot of good fights on it again. One that I would like to point to, and an individual that I would like to point to, if you guys are not watching him, is Derek Scooter Davis, and he is a lightweight. I believe he got what did he get against Naeem? A second round stoppage. And I mean, the work that Derek does, it is so cold blooded, y'all. And you can tell he has major power. I've seen videos of him, and I see people making little jokes. Oh, he got little twigs. He can't hurt. Get punched by this dude. You can clearly see when he's punching on these men, he's killing a body. He's the body snatcher. First of all, a left hook to the body. I'm gonna need to know if that's his favorite shot because he be tearing people up, and that is exactly how he stopped Naeem. It was so bad that man, Naeem's leg was paralyzed. He had to stretch that thing out. It was bad. It was good, but it was bad stuff. Woo. Scooter Davis, and he is out of the gym with Tank Davis. Actually, he's over there with Coach Barry. That is his coach. Good fight. Another young man to watch out for. The next one I'll speak to. I ain't gonna go there with him. I'm just gonna go to Tiger. Tiger Johnson fought Janelson Figueroa Boca Chica. I didn't really do notes on this one, so I'm gonna be going off the top of the dome with this. Tiger, his last fight, obviously moving up to 47, and he's 16-0 with 7 knockouts. It was against somebody named Kendo Castaneda. And that was on, what was that? Sandy Ryan versus Michaela Mayer card, right? And he did very well in that fight, obviously stopping Castaneda in the 5th round. But the fights before Castaneda was Yomar Alamo, Tariq Zaina. These were 8 round fights. I don't know how to say this. He just looks like he gets lost in there. And I don't know if it's a lack of focus. I, I don't know. I do recall hearing that he at one point was suffering with like mental health issues, right? I don't know. I absolutely believe Tiger is the goods, but it's like he gets in there and sometimes he just draws a blank, right? With Janelson, we know he is a puncher and he got some power. He did drop Brian Norman Jr. Um, Let me see. I see some. Yeah, man, frozen peas. Frozen peas, man. I'm cornered with no inswell. Isn't in. Thank you, Kano. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you too, sis, for noticing that. Cause thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. You don't understand. I'm not wrong. Incompetence from corner men runs wild in today's. Yes, it does. What's going on, DP Rocker? DP, how you doing, family? It's good to see you. Scooter's real good. I like. Yes, keep an eyeball on Scooter, y'all. He's probably gonna be the next big thing. He's probably gonna be like a Abdullah in the fact that he's gonna be going for a title soon as well. He gonna have some smoke in 35, y'all. Wow, I like him. Glad to see what you. Glad you see what I've been saying about Tiger for over a year. It is something, you know what, kind of. I don't even know that it's missing. I just because I think he has it. He just loses focus for whatever reason. Now, this fight in particular, I'm gonna be honest. I think Janelson cracked him at some point during the fight. I didn't go back and rewatch this one to really get an eyeball on the situation, but I did know in watching it he was hurt. He reacted like somebody was hurt. He was in retreat a lot, and PJ kept telling him, "Stop pulling back. You throw the one in the two." Like so many things, and it, he was not listening. That is another thing I've noticed about him. He wasn't listening to his coach. I'm gonna get to that whole part too about PJ. Because if y'all don't know, yes, I absolutely love Prentice Brewer. Um, he wasn't like the best, but I like Prentice. Anyway, he just he kept trying to throw an overhand, right? And that's not what his coach wanted from him. Like he just again, I think it was out of getting cracked. I think he did not want to get hurt no more. Um, I'm gonna go back and watch it for sure. And just to verify that what I felt I saw was absolutely true. Anyhow, the two on to Coach PJ. Now, again, I don't like drama. I don't follow it, but I've been hearing that people took issue with the way he was talking and the things he was saying. And here's my thing with coaches and their fighters. We need to mind our damn business. Okay, they have a relationship that is not ours. We don't know what the dynamic of that relationship is, right? Um, PJ always talks like this, y'all. If you ever paid attention to him, whether it was Jared Anderson, he's definitely talked like this to Tiger because, like I said, Tiger don't listen. Um, it's somebody else he trains that I forgot. But this is how this man talks. It's just who he is naturally. What I took issue with was the fact that why the hell was Top Rank continuously round after round with the camera up in this man's face? You know, we see them do it here and there, and they don't even do it every fight with coaches. But sometimes when they do on particular fights, they'll say, "Oh, we're gonna have the coach's camera," and they'll do 1 or 2 rounds. And a lot of times they'll have a commentator asking them questions. This went on and on. Freaking Tim Bradley starts talking shit about how he's bored. Dude, if you would do your job with your little busybody self, then nobody would have had to know what he was over in that corner saying. You wouldn't have to be bored because you'd be too busy analyzing the fight, which is what you're supposed to do. I don't call him an analyzer because during these fights, I don't. Yeah, they're analyzing, but more so it's their own personal bullshit in their commentary. They're commenting like you or I would watching the damn fight. You're not being an unbiased analyst, and we already know what's up with these guys anyway, because it's the network, and you're pushing their damn agenda anyway. So yeah, shout out to Coach PJ. Keep doing what you are doing, great brother. I am proud of you. I'm glad you pulled Tiger through that, y'all. It was I mean, I felt like it was a stumble, fumble, push, pull, but you know what? He got the win at the end of the day. Shout out to him. Unanimous decision over Boca Chica, Janelson. I just hope coming back his next fight that we see something a little bit more like you are on point, like there's not some brain fog or something going on. I don't know. I don't know. Michael Scooter, yeah. To be honest, Michael, I believe he could be like in the same sense of Andy Cruz getting pushed faster than he is. But watching some of what he said, he wants to take his time. I totally understand that. But with his skill level, ooh, that boy, yeah, yeah, yeah. He could be further along if he chose to be. He gonna be tearing up these little babies on the way. Hey, yes, how you doing, Queen? How you doing, beautiful? It's good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. He's bored. You know what? No comment. No comment. Hi, Carmen Serene. How you doing, Queen? How you doing? It's good to see you. You always come through. I appreciate you. If you didn't know, I do. Um, TD. What's good? Not a whole lot of. How you doing, family? It's good to see you. Sunshine. Sunshine. That's my Airbnb buddy right there, y'all. So, next fight on that card that I wish to speak to, it'll be Kelvin versus Nair Albright. I did take notes on this one because before this fight, hey y'all, won my bet. Oh, okay, on Wardley, but that was a classic British stoppage. Look, you missed what I said on that. It was. I'm not a hater. It was a classic stoppage, but I did take issue with it. If you wish to hear what I said, Mark, run it back. It's not a big deal, but so before the fight, I said Nair cracked Keyshawn, and that the boy likes to fight. He's a Philly boy. He like to throw them things, and he's he ain't got no fear with it. To be honest, I remember when him and Keyshawn were set to fight, doing some film study. Then I thought, then I said, this boy might be able to beat. He might be able to beat Keyshawn. He cracked the shit out of Keyshawn in that fight. He, well, he's kind of a wildling, y'all. He's not on my full-fledged list of wildlings, but he's a little wild with it. But I like it. I like his heart. I I did not think Kelvin would win this fight. Um, I tried to be optimistic though, because I said that Kelvin he had been progressing. I even pointed to his last fight. I think it was against a gentleman named Marufo on Pro Box, where he actually used his range and he was patient and he took his time and he picked his shots. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened Saturday night. Maybe, look, I'm going to get into it. I don't know. Yeah, man. See, okay, here you go. CB4. Oh, okay. You think PJ's overly chatty? Okay, I'm gonna have to listen to you and see what you feel, your feelings on that. I'm curious. So Calvin Davis, who is now 15-1 with 18 knockouts, versus Nair Albright, who is 17-2 with 7 knockouts. Let me just say first off, oh I said this already. He cracked him. Nair can fight. This fight too started at a more progressive pace, thanks to Nair pressing. From jump, Nair would feint, drop, and then just overhand right. Drop a level, overhand right. Counter, overhand right. Leap in, overhand right. Step outside, overhand right. Like he was just able to consistently land the same shot over and again. And Kelvin let him. He basically abandoned the good popping jab that he had in the beginning. I called it the keep your ass back jab in the second round. He was throwing hands with his chin in the air. He did keep it tight and precise. I must be talking about Nair. Feint and work behind the jab. Oh, I'm talking about I think the previous fight. Um, but as far as why the hell did I write that, y'all? Look, I hate this is why I don't like doing notes. But somebody told me I should do my notes. He did keep it tight and precise, feint, and work behind the jab. That must have been Nair again. But as far as Kelvin, I know this is what I felt about him. He was just wild and loose and full of openings to be exploited, which led to him getting beat on, then clinching for dear life. And Nair tore him up in the clinch as well. And yes, he did. As well as exiting, he was tearing him up on the exit from the clinch. Yes, he did. Sadly, I found out Kelvin picked this fight, you guys. He picked the fight, not a matchmaker, not his coach. Nope. Kelvin chose to fight Nair. And I guess he was like Mikey Garcia. He thought he saw something, y'all. And I'm afraid he woke up a little giant because Nair is now out for blood. The fight ended in majority decision for Albright. Also, Judge Brian Costello scored the fight 95-95. I do not know what fight this man was watching. But yeah, shout out to Nair. I like him for what it's worth, right? It's not like he's just super duper polished either. But the dude can fight, like he likes to fight. You could tell he likes to fight. You could tell he liked to fight when he was fighting Keyshawn. I like that about him. Major heart. How you doing? How you doing, Freedom's March? How you doing, brother? Great coaches show giving minimum of instructions under fire because too much will result in fighters having mental shutdown. I can see that, and I have seen that, and I absolutely understand what you're saying. Absolutely. And the thing that I don't like is multiple multiple people in the corner coming in. Like, I don't know how dudes process that. I've always wondered that. You could be chatty in the gym, but not on fight night. I kind of feel like he was not so chatty in the beginning, but I think as the fight, this is just my personal feeling, as the fight went on and it seemed like he was not getting the response he wanted out of Tiger, that's when it became a little exacerbated, as well as him getting in the ring and like walking through. Like, I've seen coaches do that. PJ was a little bit fervent with it. I will say that, but I feel like in the beginning he wasn't. But it's like Tiger was not. I I still feel like it was Tiger. Costello is a hometown. Oh, so very interesting. I don't know if it shows me that. Okay, thanks, Thomas. That would make sense, but they shouldn't have that. That shouldn't be allowed when people are having a home fight. Not at all, right? As far as Kelvin, yeah, I think he just bit off more than he could chew as far as the opponent that he chose and he thought he was going to walk through. It is what it is. Nair beat him fair and square. I don't feel like he adjusted, but he did towards the end. He did start to throw. This is Kelvin. He did start to use the jab again. He did try to find his range again, but at that rate, it was just too late. Like, this man was getting that overhand right off over and over. It was just crazy, and every single time he was definitely dropping a level, and he whopped. And actually, there were several times he just was Superman it, or he would just throw it. He was just catching him. But shout out again to Nair. Shout out to Woo, because he whooped somebody's ass that night, and I ain't mad at him. It was a good fight for what it was worth. Now, and yeah, shout out to Keon. Keon won his match against Michael Velez Garcia. I wouldn't expect anything different. He stopped him in round two. 2-6, putting him now at 4-0 with 3 knockouts. Now, and also Troy Isley. Troy Isley fought a gentleman named Atundi William. That was for the WBO, NABO middle. Troy Isley is now 15-0 with 5 knockouts. And yeah, I like Troy, but I'm not going to get into his fight because we have reached the pinnacle. We've reached the pinnacle. Y'all, I am so proud of this young man. And I have always liked him. I talked about him in a recent video. But it's just so good to see somebody who is focused, somebody who has a desire that is visible. It looks palpable. Comes from a good family, clearly, of men. And shout out to Valiant, Mason, their father. I mean, sometimes just to see the smile on his face, it lets me know he's done and is doing what is good and right for these young men, and he's happy with it. He's happy with them. So, that makes me happy. It gives me the warm fuzzies, right? Okay. So, Abdullah Mason had a step-up fight versus Jeremy Nakatia. Abdullah is now 19-0 with 17 knockouts. Jeremiah Nakatia, 26-5 with 21 knockouts. This setup was the same as the last open stance bout against it was a Kelvin versus Nair, a southpaw versus an orthodox, right? But Mason started off doing things differently than Kelvin had. He held that he held to throughout. He had a strong jab, absolutely beautiful, strong piston of a jab. He stayed defensive and he used his speed and feints. But the most important thing that he did, he pressed and closed the gap in round two. Round three, Jeremy came on, and both of them were punching, but Abdullah got off the better shots, hurting Jeremy. And in round four, I saw something that I did not like of Jeremiah. Um, it's after Abdullah got him to the corner, and it was after a good three piece and an extra little jab along the ropes. I saw Nakatia like stutter, and he like shook his head, and it just concerned me. Like, I don't know what it didn't really look like Abdullah hit him with nothing necessarily that was vicious or harmful. But whatever he did, like I just didn't like the look on Nakatia's face. He was like shaking. He was like no, no. So maybe in his mind he's just like, nah, this kid. I don't know. I did like that shit. It just gave me pause. After okay, I saw something I didn't like. And that okay, that was in round four, the 207 mark. If you want to see what I'm talking about, um, Jeremiah shakes his head like he's trying to shake off a fog. Abdullah catches him several times again, ultimately cutting him above the left eye. Crazy in between round four and five, you can hear Jeremiah respond to them asking him, "Are you okay?" He says, "No, no, I'm not okay." In his corner on that seat, um, I it was just playing in my head over and over Saturday. This gave Mason a fifth round RTD stoppage again. That's uh, on your bid, on your stool stoppage or the referee's technical decision. Right? They called the fight off. So to be honest, I cannot say that I'm surprised. Um, a lot of people felt like this was going to be a hard fight for Abdullah. I did not. I do know that Jeremiah has power and he has a right that could give some people problems. But um, three fights back now, again, who was that little gentleman? Because everybody was, oh, Johan Vasquez, the guy who um, knocked Abdullah down twice. Everybody like it was kind of to me a little aflutter. Some people, not everybody, clearly, but like I don't know, I didn't really see nothing about it. Once that child got back up, I don't mean to call him a child because he is a man. Once he got up and cracked, then he immediately cracked him and knocked Johan down. But I'm just saying, so he got knocked down. He got back up. The very next fight, we see he is more serious about his guard and tucking his chin. That was against Manuel Jaimes. The fight after that is Carlos Ornelas. Not only does he continue with the guard and the chin tuck, he's now more patient. So he's learning, and I like this about all fighters. I don't care if you're young or old, if you've been in the game, you are learning on the job with each fight. Um, and you're learning on the job. You know what I mean? And it's just good to see, especially with a young man like Abdullah, with so much promise and so many people um, calling him their favorite. So many people. I don't want to say people have stuff riding on him, but we do. Our hopes are high. My hopes are high for Abdullah. Let me speak for myself. But at the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, I like this kid, and he can freaking fight. He's mean, and I love that about him. That's part of that thing I was saying earlier about him having a desire. I see that in him. And then on top of it, what makes it so beautiful is that he is just well spoken. He's calm. Like it's just, I like this kid, y'all. Um, and he's not the only one I feel this way about. I told y'all I'm finding out more and more about Scooter Davis. I like him too. Very well spoken. But I ain't gonna get into that. As far as Abdullah, yes, I wasn't concerned. Um, he did what he was supposed to do, and he took his time in there. He was patient. Um, I do think Nakatia put some hits on him, clearly, and he pulled back a little bit, but like nothing major. But you can see the gears turning, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I ain't gonna press you right here, right now, but you could take this jab with you." Because he was getting off the better shots, obviously, harder shots. And then, yeah, the way it ended. Shout out to Abdullah. Shout out to Abdullah. I be getting in this little state because I don't care. I be happy to see this kid and all these young guys that are out here wanting to do something. There is my link for anyone who would like. Oh, I have to start. I don't know that this. I don't think it pins it here though, and I don't know how to pin it in. Um, it is what it is. Shit. There's my link though. If you want to, here we go. Haha. I gotta do it on something else. Come up here and talk about any of the fights. I'm not mad if you want to talk about the fights to come either. I'm willing to talk about the drama as well. These are some upcoming fights for the weekend to come. We got Hitchens. I don't know. People be calling Hitchinson and it be bugging me out. Now I'm doing it. We got Hitchens versus Cambosis, and that's for the super lightweight IBF title. These are all Saturday as well. We got Andy Cruz versus Hironori Mishiro. That's going to be for the lightweight IBF eliminator because the 1 and 2 spot in IBF is empty, but Andy's number 3, and what is his name? Mishiro, he's number 5. So they will be fighting for the title eliminator. We also have Nonito Donaire, if y'all didn't know, and he's going to be fighting Andres Campos, and that's for the vacant WBA bantamweight title, and that's going to be Saturday in Buenos Aires. I've been trying to find out exactly how we can watch that if we want to see it, and I ain't really having the best of luck. So, that kind of usually resorts to us having to do grimy things, and, it just is what it is. There is another fight, but I really don't care about that fight. We do got to vote for it on the fight pool, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Let's see. We got Jay Will in the house. How you doing? How you doing, King? It's always good to see you. Peace and blessings to everyone in the chat. Show you right. That's right. Finish your time. Will not beat Usyk. Oh, you got smoked. Huh. Dubois. Oh, he will beat Usyk, so you don't got smoked. Okay. I think so too, man. Yeah, it made a difference to me being in Poland and the way things went down. The fake outrage of the hitting below the freaking belt that Usyk has. Like, I'm beefing with Usyk about that. That don't take away from Usyk being a great fighter, then, but you're fake as hell, dude. May bet a bag on him. The last time I did bet on him was Hergovic, and I did win money. And a lot of people didn't think he was gonna beat Hergovic. I thought he would. I definitely thought he was gonna beat Big Baby, but Hergovic, meh. I ain't betting a long time. That might have been the last time I put some money on a fight. DB3, man, I know. I absolutely know. It's mess. I've said it a million times. I don't like mess. Yeah. So with that, T.O. potentially signing to the PBC. What I find funny is that he would choose the PBC with all the remarks that he's made. And I'm gonna let you guys know why I don't think it's funny that the PBC would choose him. But I definitely find it funny with his whole he wants to fight a black boy, and well, black boy's been calling you out, and you've been doing the Matrix, trying not to fight him. That's very interesting. Um, Oscar De La Hoya said that he would take him on Golden Boy. So why wouldn't you go over there with your people? You want to be with the ninjas, huh? I know. Um, the thing is, for so long we have been thinking that PBC was going out of business, yada yada, because that is a whole nother thing. Apparently, Amazon is giving them the boot. And to be honest, I think they'll be just fine. They have places to go. I definitely believe they have money. A lot of times we like to think because of the stories we hear that PBC is about to go out of business. And how many years has that been said? And these people are still putting on fights. Um, PBC is not currently being ran by Al Heyman. Like, I don't know if people know that or not. For a while, Al Heyman's mother was sick. We heard about that. We heard about Al being sick. Now I'm not sure. I'm thinking Al is still sick, y'all. Um, and maybe he's not, but I think he is. And for the longest time, I thought maybe Tom Brown was running PBC, but it is indeed another gentleman that someone shared with me. He didn't give me the okay to say this man's name and all that stuff. So to be honest, if he's going to report it, I'll let him. But if there is someone else running PBC, this someone else more than likely does not have a problem with taking on a racist hoe, little attention whore. He probably don't care. At the end of the day, maybe he feels like there's something left in T.O. Because I'm hearing T.O. actually has lost some fans with this ducking Devin situation. I definitely have seen a little clip of people in his comments, his so-called fans taking him to task, and he was just like a bad sleazy boyfriend. Like the way he was talking to them, like, "Oh, you wanna? Why would you accuse me and ducking?" And it's just like, ugh, I don't care for that dude. I definitely don't ever try to watch nothing he does. Um, mm. Anywho, PBC's not ran by the black folk we thought, you guys, not at this point in time. Now, should Mr. Heyman um, come back? We know Floyd is out the picture, obviously, clearly. Wherever Floyd is, we don't care. But yeah, it's being ran by some other folks, so it is what it is, and we'll possibly see them in with their fighters in Riyadh or maybe on the Zone, Netflix. Yeah. I think that's an interesting kind of novel idea that Jake Paul took on going with Netflix, because mostly everybody has Netflix, so that way we can see fights. And I'm not crazy about the paying for them still, but it is what it is. Kamara, the stepping razor, Gorilla of the Matriarchs. How are you doing, King? It's good to see you. I don't think I've seen you in a minute, like even in the chats. I hope you've been good. Mark Hatch, the Donaire come. I know. I agree. Rachel just said it the other night, and it was like, wait, what? You know what? I want to say I saw the fight, but it really didn't register until she said that they were either in or headed to Buenos Aires, and it's like, oh, so Nonito ain't done yet. Okay, whatever. You know what? I'd rather watch Nonito than Pacquiao. Just is what it is. Just is what it is. I don't know what I said, but I got my sensei laughing. That makes me feel good inside. Amazon wasn't the best. I don't think so either. And at first, when it went down, it was hard to find. It took them like 11 months to get it really jumped off. It was just, it is. Yeah. Bob Arum is in his 90s and still pop out. I wish Al would at least pop out once in the blue. You know, yeah. But at this point, yeah. Again, if he's sick, we might not see him. I don't know how old Al is, but I mean, yeah, hell, Bob is 90. Oh, okay. So you guys ain't hitting the link, and I'll briefly kind of reiterate what I said about the whole Keyshawn crap mess stuff. I did not go back and watch more film or footage on it. I really don't like drama, you guys. Um, I have heard other people reporting on things. Because I believe in my video I said that he needs to apologize. And I don't mean Keon and I don't mean Kelvin. Because at the end of the day, he was the lead. You were the one whose career had advanced and you put your brothers on. I do feel like during the press conference, and it's something I felt before too. I feel like, because we talk about this in our community, about them and their, and I'm not gonna say them because it's Keyshawn who does the talk, all the blah blah blah. It's Keyshawn and the father. We don't need that. What's that? We don't need that. Okay, well, I feel like Kelvin was that for them. The oldest male, who got out of boxing to go and get into trucking. I felt like on the press conference, the last one, there were a series of questions that Keyshawn was asking Kelvin. And it to me again, it felt like he was trying to give his big brother props as to saying, we look up to him. He is our father figure, for lack of better words. Like that's what I feel like that question, the few questions he was asking, because I just kind of at the time I thought it was kind of weird, but I have already felt like this is their father figure, right? He's supposed to be the mature, responsible one, and I suppose it turns out that is the truth, because Kelvin is reported to have not been back there being messy, trying to actually get his brothers to settle down. Keyshawn, he's the ringleader, man. Either way, I'm glad Kelvin did not fall into that, but Keyshawn led that. Like, you jumped that off in my mind. I did notice something as well though during the fight with Kelvin and Nair, and I want to say it was like the camera had switched to Keyshawn and Keon, and Keon had this look on his face like, if looks could kill kind of look. And Keyshawn took notice that, hey, we on the jumbotron, and it's like he nudged him, like, hey man, fix your face, fix your face. Because I don't know, at that point, maybe they had already had a discussion about we gonna go back there and have some word, whatever. I don't know. This is me guessing. If it ain't the man, Marky Dan. How you doing, Marky Dan?
Uh, I am alive and well.
Okay.
Yeah, I just went through something with my truck, but outside of that, I am great. How you doing, Shower?
Good. Well, what kind of truck are we talking about? Personal vehicle or a semi?
No, it's my 2022 Jeep Gladiator.
Oh,
Had an
okay.
issue. Yeah, I think it's a coolant leak. Something was making the engine overheat. So I got to deal with that tomorrow. But what were you just talking about? I heard Keyshawn, the clown Davis. I heard his name.
Oh,
What was being conversed on?
look, I didn't call him a clown. For the record, I try to really be nice and fair, even when I'm not happy with some of these
Well,
guys.
well, you
But
know me. I'm not.
I
I'm
know,
brutal. I'm
I know.
brutal.
And you know what? Let me just say this, and I put the link out there for this reason. With me, I believe that we are all entitled to feel how we feel. Like, I'm not trying to take away from anyone. I never try to influence anyone, because we all have different backgrounds and things that have made our lives what they are, right? So I'm not mad if people are mad at him. I'm not mad if people could care less because they don't feel like it affects them. I may have something to say about that, but at the end of the day, we all are gonna feel how we feel. But what I was just basically saying is, Keon, Keyshawn is the ring leader, and he is. I feel like he's the responsible party because he brought his brothers up with him, so to speak. I mean, I can't say he put them in the game. That's up upon those men to
Nah,
want
nah, but
to
you
decide to get
speaking
in there.
facts because
Yeah,
Keyshawn was the first one in boxing, and then the other two followed him from the time they were young. So that's an accurate statement. He is probably the ringleader of those three.
I thought that Kelvin had started first and then got out, and Keyshawn was in.
No,
No.
that might be the case, but from what I remember, Keyshawn was the one who started, and then the mom started bringing all the rest of them around him in the gym.
How you doing, Murph 15? It's good to see you. Okay, so okay. I mean, and it's a good outlet for boys. I ain't mad at that. Keon seems to potentially be the best. That's yet to be seen. We gonna see. Because it for me, Keyshawn's not. This is not about his. He's a good fighter. He's absolutely a great fighter. So it isn't for me. It ain't about his fight. It's about your poor ass behavior. I believe in my video I said it a few times. You need to grow up, Negro. It's embarrassing, and it's embarrassing. I still would say for us as a whole, but what killed me is that you did it on the freaking ESPN network during the airing, and we know we got straight up enemies that sit on that panel and be like some old cackling
Yep.
hen. I cannot stand Mark Kriegel.
Tim Coonery Bradley is number one of those
Yeah,
guys.
no,
Good.
for me, it's Mark Kriegel first. I mean, no, it should be
Oh
Tim.
yeah, no, I changed my mind. You're 1,000%
Yeah, it
correct.
should be Tim because he's black. Definitely. But Mark Kriegel, like, it's like he gets a hard on for this, y'all. It absolutely bothers me that like,
He's just
he,
so biased. I can't stand him. Like I never forget George Gonzalez won like the last two rounds after he was getting beat like a drum, and he goes into the post fight press conference, asking the winning fighter. I mean, it was pretty close there. Don't you think? I mean, what do you think? I mean, don't you think he deserves a rematch? What? Why the hell would you ask me that after I just beat this man like a drum? What are you
because
talking
he's
about?
a ghetto. But what bothers me about him is Mark Kriegel loves him a black sob story. Like it is. It's like, why are you so freaking concerned with black people? everybody does not everybody's not poor. Everybody doesn't come from some horrible situation. But it's like he makes it seem like they need that to sell somebody. You don't. Why can't what this man does in the ring from fight to fight be enough? That's what bothers me about him. And then I just have an issue with others being all up in our personal business like that. Yeah, you're a fighter, you're a celebrity, you're a public figure. People know about you and stuff. But don't drag that stuff on. And you come from a poor, like, it's just like, dude, shut up. What is he? Where is he at now? What is he
No,
doing now?
exactly. He's more than that. And that's that mentality going back to Mike Tyson. I think that's really the archetype of who they want to sell. A tough YN coming from the bricks who can beat somebody dead. And if you don't fit into that archetype, you're just not valuable to Mark Kriegel or the people
Right.
beside him like Tim Coon Bradley. But let me say something.
Mm,
Keyshawn Davis, absolute clown. I called him the clown when I walked in.
yeah.
You had Allen Iverson ready to walk you out. You had Michael Vick ready to walk you out. Bruce Smith, that's 200 sacks. Bruce Smith, NFL legend. Probably him and Lawrence Taylor are one and two when you talk about the greatest defensive players of all time.
Mm.
And you embarrassed the whole city. You
City.
No, matter of fact, you embarrassed the whole state. You got up on that stage talking all that. I don't know if I could cuss over here, so I'm not going to.
Absolutely. I
Oh,
don't
I
have
can cuss over
a
here.
thousand subscribers.
You, you got up there talking all that shit. I think he knew he couldn't make the weight. I think he knew he was just up there running his goddamn mouth.
It's
Okay,
absolutely he did. He knows. I did a video as to why. He knows. Bomac knew. They knew.
nah,
You
and
know.
then they telling me Bomac is his strength and conditioning trainer. Are you out of your mind? Are
Um,
you out of your mind?
guess what? I got another little piece of news for you. If that blows your mind,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've also heard that he's the nutritionist, family. I mean, and I'm not trying to be funny. I am so not trying to be funny. I heard that he cooks their meals.
No.
Um, I would think they'd have a strength and conditioning trainer, but
Hey,
when I looked to the
so
video that I shared with y'all, Bomac said, "Oh, well, it only takes Keyshawn 7 weeks to get ready," and well, he said, "Give him 7 weeks, and in 4 weeks, he's on weight. He's on weight." And then
I don't think we putting enough blame on Bomac either. Because Bomac, you're supposed to be a world-class trainer. Best of the best. And you let this embarrassment unfold. But more than that, goddamn it, Shower.
well,
This
okay,
man got
Marky,
up
he
on the
don't
stage
control
on
that
the
man. He don't
what
totally control that man, but he did know he was off weight.
man, I would have told him to shut his dumb ass up when he get up on that stage. If you know you're not gonna make weight,
Show some
shut up.
humility. Show some shame, dude. Like, oh, I'm wrong. I was wrong. No, you dancing and clowning, and then
And that's why his brother got beat half dead. Because God don't like ugly. He went into that building smiling, profiling, acting like he was the main event, eating popcorn after you miss weight. That's why your brother got beat half dead.
you know what?
God don't like
Don't
ugly.
don't do that because the Most High ain't gonna take out on Kelvin what Keyshawn did. Keyshawn will
Man,
get whatever comes for him. But you
man, the
know what?
Lord took Job's whole family to teach him that lesson. Huh.
You got a point there. There are casualties when you're dealing with the Most High, but he's usually gonna deal directly with you. He
Nah.
usually gonna deal directly with you. Now, as far as his children go, then yeah, it says that everybody else is like spittle. But we ain't gonna get into Bible lessons today. But um, you know what though? Like I said, I'm not mad at how you feel because I think collectively we all share some of them same sentiments or feelings in one way or another. I have an issue with the way he jumped off the scale and bopped all up in Edwin's face like it was supposed to be okay that I just missed weight by
And
4 pounds and I'm still gonna kick you. And I'm thinking to myself,
And that's
dude.
why Lukowitz, and that's why Samson Lukowitz said, "Fuck you. I'm not gonna put my fighter's health at risk to have his family sit there and watch him get beat dead when you couldn't even have enough honor to honor the agreed upon weight. And then you acting like it's a joke. Well, I got something else funny for you. You don't get a dime, bitch. Yeah, we walking out of here with all the money.
And you
You
know
get
what?
nothing."
You know what? Okay, that's another thing I think that bothered me. So everything that happened, Keyshawn brought upon himself, but yet you were just wicked enough to be mad at other people about your situation that you brought up upon yourself, and you wanted to take it upon yourself to do what? Because I heard that they was back there celebrating Nair and his people, and he did when he said at first they got jumped and he changed the story, but he said their rooms were right next to each other. So you so salty, you so sour that you gonna go into this man's room and get all up in his face and headbutt like fool.
That's
His
punk behavior.
his
That's
coaches
punk
should have let
behavior.
him put hands on Keyshawn. I don't care. That's what I'm
That's
gonna say.
punk behavior, and he's lucky his brother, one of his brothers, didn't have something on him. Because I'm telling you, I wouldn't have let that happen to my brother. Shit, whether it be a
Well,
taser or
you
I
mean
ain't
oh
even
his
saying
older
a
brother
gun.
that was there? His older
Yeah,
brother, yeah.
the older brother swung on Keyshawn when he tried to walk up on him. The dude in the
Yeah, in
purple
the purple.
sweatshirt.
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
no,
You talking about when the melee had ensued in the hallway?
yeah, but
Because
I know what you're talking about. He went in his dressing room like a hoe.
yeah,
I mean, just like, bro, just take the loss. This whole weekend has been a loss. You lost out on $750,000. You lost out on a
mm,
title. You lost out on a main event and the opportunity to have the visual of walking out with Allen Iverson and Michael Vick. You could have been, and it would have been Keyshawn in the middle. Like they would have been saying the three legends out of Norfolk. Keyshawn is next up. You lost out. Your brother lost.
yeah. You know what,
Take the L and just gather your family unit up. Your son is right there. Your 2-year-old son is right there with you.
other
Take your family
issue?
unit, head to a chicken and waffles or whatever. Go somewhere, eat some dinner,
No,
and
because he had
enjoy
already
the
ate
night, bro.
somebody else's damn popcorn up. Because I know you seen that.
Oh
He
yeah,
out
yeah, yeah. He
there.
was eating up all
Now
that
here's my
goddamn
thing
popcorn.
with the popcorn. The fact that he was eating, I don't care. Dude had already fucked up. You know what I mean? He had already. So I don't care that you out there eating. But what actually really bothered me is seeing your face. Why the hell was you there after that? Like there was no, like I said, there's no level of shame, no level of
None.
embarrassment. Just the whole thing. And this is absolutely how you know he knew that he was not on weight. He knew his intention was to move to 140. This is why everybody's pissed off that you tried to go after Abdullah. This is why everybody's pissed off that you got up in Edwin's face and pushed him because you already knew you wasn't making weight.
Hey,
And like I said, the cherry on top is a freaking video on Top Rank of Bomac talking
but
about he's hitting on all cylinders as far as the weight loss. You're a damn lie because what I said was on average, from what I have learned, 10 days, give or take, these fighters stop their camp and they are resting in between the night of the fight. You weigh. You're weighing. You know how much you freaking weigh throughout all that. Like, he even said, I knew I wasn't gonna make weight last night. Well then damn it, you should have said something. You just waited till that day to get up there and shimmy your little ass like, dude, it's just and you're the
now,
leader.
now, now you notice the
You're
difference
the
between
leader.
Abdullah and Keyshawn. Abdullah, and no disrespect to the single mothers out there, you're doing the best job you can. Abdullah has a military father, and they don't play none of that shit. Abdullah is not up there talking all this dumb shit that he knows he's not gonna do. He stays focused on his opponent, and he leaves all the business to his team. He stays
Mm.
very focused on his role. Keyshawn believes he believed he could be the strength and conditioning. He believes he could be the businessman up there on that stage, capping his ass off. He thought, and he thought he could be his brother's. I ain't gonna say his personal security, but his avenger. And now you just
He
look
didn't need
stupid.
that because he understood and he conceded that he lost fair and square. I want you to look at this comment here on the screen, if you will, sir.
I
Hmm.
believe it. I
Hmm.
believe it.
I'm not mad. And that's another thing. You sat up there and you called out, Bob, make the fight, Bob. You know, you out there acting bad, showing out. And
And
then
Bob
Bob
was
probably
already
said,
mad he
what
did
the
that stupid
hell?
ish. Bob was already
Man,
mad he did that. And then you
Bob
gonna
is
miss the
mad
weight.
at Tio and Bob. This probably just took him over and he said, both of y'all. Fuck both of y'all. I don't know if Bomac knew, he said damn when the weight was announced, but you know why he said damn? Because maybe, man, Bella, they had to have checked even before getting up on that stage. So I don't know if it's an act or if it's a damn that we it's still 140, still
I think it was
139.3.
embarrassment.
Like what the he knew.
I think it was just straight up embarrassment. I think he could not believe this nigga missed by 4 pounds. And that he has to have his name next to that bullshit.
I remember hearing about this too, Chiquila. Sure do. So that's how you know. Somebody said he was eating the damn day before the weigh-in, like eating. So I don't know how I missed that, but I don't be trying to catch every little bit and piece. But I tell you what, the family and the community, boy, they be they be bringing forth the news, and I love it.
You see what
Key Foster.
you see what this foolish ass old man DP said, nigganomics 101. Yeah. You come in 2 pounds, you on the night before you was 2 pounds overweight, now you four. Yeah.
Look, I'm
Make
gonna
them
need you to
numbers
leave
work.
DP alone. Hey, the Dirt King boss, how you doing, King? I'm gonna need you to leave DP alone, though. That's my brother right there.
I love him to death, but he's
I
an
know
old
you do.
man. I
I
tell
know
him
how
that every
you
time I
get
see him.
down too. If you use that R word over here, I'm gonna have to go get a belt. He was getting booed by the crowd too. Was he?
Was he?
I could have swore they were booing Abdullah because even his dad said in the corner. And between one of the rounds, he told Abdullah, "Don't worry about them booing." And I'm thinking to myself, why the hell would y'all be booing this young man?
I,
He just stepped in and filled in the space.
I didn't hear nobody booing.
I heard a little bit here and there.
That whole stadium was rocking, and when Abdullah was getting them hurt, they was standing up on their feet. So I don't know, but Abdullah did what he was supposed to do, and like his father said, don't worry about them. And that's the difference. And that's again, Keyshawn Davis and that goofy Puerto Rican Shakur Stevenson. That's what the two of them got in common. They so worried about what people saying. That's what Shakur said during his fight. Why they booing me? Why they booing me? You're an insecure
Yeah,
ass little dude. You're in the middle of a fight. What are you talking about? Why are you
yeah.
worried about the crowd? And then again, Keyshawn, if Bob drops Keyshawn, he's gonna learn just like his Puerto Rican brother had to learn. These streets ain't what you think it is. They not. It's cold and lonely out here when you ain't got Big Daddy Bob.
Your mic
Hold on, let me go and come back.
is a little robotic. Okay, yeah. So he was technically a spectator that night. You know, okay, yes, Albright, Mesu, but even moreover, Keyshawn is lucky. Well, I don't know. He may be pressing charges too for assault. I said that in my videos. To spit on somebody, you can you can get somebody arrested for spitting on you, let alone coming up and headbutting you, leaving a nasty little knot on your noggin. Like these dudes did not think. I think that's really what bothers me about, and I call them YNs, but I've been thinking about it. Yes, there's still definitely some YNs. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like doing that because sometimes we have it ain't even sometimes we be in mixed company on these YouTube streets. And while some of them is cool and they know us and they understand us, it's so many way more like Mr. Whoever came in earlier that I blocked that they don't. And they just be up in our business and being weird. And I ain't got time. Y'all got so much to deal with on y'all's plate. I'm not even gonna get into that, but he's lucky. He's lucky that so far as we know, he's not in jail or being charged with assault. Call the cops when you see Key Pog fans. Ooh, shoot, 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 shoot. Anthony Latham, how you doing? Salute. Oh, thank you. You're wonderful, King. I appreciate you. You know what? By proxy, but I'm like so close to just doing it on my own. Hell, whatever. It don't matter. It pays to be older, don't it, DP Rocket? They hope Marky Dan better hope he could get to that place. Hey D man, how you doing, family? It's good to see you. I hope you are rested. I know you be working late. Mikey Dan don't like nobody. He don't like Mexicans. He don't like black people. He don't like Puerto Ricans. He don't like Germans. He don't like nobody. Yeah, he was doing good for a while there, TD. He was doing good for a while. Um, the beautiful thing about boxing, about this thing boxing we love, is Keyshawn will have to go through the fire for redemption. He will. Okay, and see that's another thing that's kind of problematic with it, the Dirt Gang boss. Yeah, he has to go through redemption. What did well Ryan had a year layoff? Like it's gonna be a while, I think, before Keyshawn is redeemed. I don't know, yo. I just have so many mixed feelings about it. And I ain't gonna lie, the night that all of it went down, I was like emotional. It's like the older I get, the more emotional I get. It's trash. But I was angry. I was so in a heightened state of being upset. Um, it's just a shame. And it again because it reflects back on us. And some of us feel like okay, well, but it's not me. It's not me personally. These people already hate us. Why give them anything? Why show them anything? All of our business should be in-house business. If Keyshawn had a problem, be a freaking grown-ass adult of a man and go talk to somebody about it. Because really, there's nothing you should have had to say to Nair. Let that man enjoy his win. Again, Kelvin didn't have no problem. I mean, and it's to me, it's the selfishness of these young people. And I was gonna say dudes, but it's the girls too. Y'all are so freaking selfish. All you think about is yourself in that moment. Your children be damned. Your mom, your dad, your grandma, your dang fam, like your community. Everybody be damned. It's all about how you feel in that moment, and it's you. The world is bigger than you, sucker. That's all I gotta say. So it says when Kiki was on the Jumbotron, they boot. Oh, they were mad. He didn't. That's why I said, Bella, he shouldn't have even took his ass there. Sit your little funky ass at the house and watch it on the big screen, dude, because you fucked up the bag.
Hey,
It's,
Shower,
yes.
they bullying me in the chat.
No, they ain't. You good.
That old, I don't know who the hell tied me out. A bunch of old bastards.
Did they?
And then that Puerto Rican Tommy.
I'm sorry, I gave you a wrench, but
I
you
was just
good.
I
You
was
up
just
on the
talking about
tip.
how DP. I mean, it's great that he can qualify for AARP already. Fucking goddamn old man.
You know what? I'm gonna need you to stop that because I just said that I too am a member of AARP.
Oh, 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 oh,
Yeah, yeah. Your
oh,
racist,
oh,
your
oh.
racist girl is a member of AARP. I won't be surprised if Bob out him in there and get him beat. You know, who just said that? DP Rocket just said is BF reported that he may be getting dropped. And I said that. Well, I said he should be suspended, and I said I don't care if he gets banned. But to be honest, I don't want to see him get banned. Suspended, yeah, sure, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
But
I think
there are people who've done worse things. There are people who absolutely, and this is not me ever
but
excusing
this
that
is pretty
behavior.
bad, Shower. This is pretty bad. Like you went backstage and you assaulted a fighter after a
Yes,
fight.
it
Like
is it's bad. I'm not saying it's not,
Like
but I don't
y'all,
think
like,
it's
and,
bad.
and I'm gonna say this: if Nahir Albright had decided to lie down on that ground and grab that big bump on his head and say, "I need to go to the hospital, my head hurts,"
Oh, it would have been bad, right?
and if he had filed a report on Keyshawn Davis and went and tapped it, whatever money's left in his pockets, there wouldn't have been nothing wrong with that, nothing at all, and that would have been all because of Keyshawn. And over there in that state of Virginia, I've never been to Virginia, but this is from what I've heard from the brothers in the sports talk. They don't play about that type of stuff. They do not play at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I don't feel like he should be banned. It is maybe unprecedented, absolutely. But people have done them shit in boxing, and there have been fights that broke out, and you know what I mean. So, and again, I'm definitely not condoning any portion of this because this really had me upset.
Well,
And
the worst
but
go ahead,
banned, I
dog.
don't think he should be banned. He could take a little seat though, a little seat, and you can forget about getting any title shots. But if he gets kicked off top rank, oh wow, I don't know where he goes from there. Let me let me say Marky Dan because y'all gonna kill him in the comment.
Blow my head off. You see what's going on?
Huh?
They're trying to blow my head off.
Yeah, you know what, Marky, you do. You still having mic issues, fam. You was good before you got knocked off. You got a wrench now though, so you good unless I gave somebody a super wrench, and I don't remember who I gave it to. We can't hear you at all. Dirt Gang Boss says, and how he will respond can get him his redemption depending on who he fights. You know, I don't know. Still, the Dirt Gang Boss. I think we gotta see what shakes out with this. Because they might want to make an example out of him. You know how things go with us. So even if he comes out, and I think before Marky Dan came on, I was getting into that. An apology was made. I absolutely do not like it because one, it is Kelvin. Two, it was on a social media platform. Keyshawn needs to get his ass on a screen, and I really would say you need to go to Top Rank and have them do something professional where you sit your little monkey butt down and you say that this is on you from top to bottom from the missing weight because you never apologize for missing the weight. And it is not to me. And apparently, clearly, you ain't apologized to Edwin, though. You need to apologize to Abdullah for being a fucking fool to him. Like, you just need to make shit right. The apology part, I don't think that shit's cool at all. Not the way that they did that.
I,
And
I
it's
think
not incumbent upon Kelvin.
Keyshawn should just, like you said, because all that nonsense happened on the Top Rank ESPN broadcast, have the Top Rank production team sit down with you. Firstly, apologize to Bob Arum, his son-in-law, DeBuff, the president of Top Rank.
No,
Apologize to all of
no. They
them.
need to apologize to us
Hold on,
first.
hold on.
His
Let me
people.
finish. Y'all. Let me finish.
All
Because
right, all right.
no, because he embarrassed that. No. He embarrassed their promotion. Top Rank has never had nothing like that happen. They've never had nothing like that
Mark
happen
it
where a
down.
fighter go backstage and yep.
I'm a black American. You need to apologize to your people first, because no, it's us
What?
first. Us first.
Nah, you
Apologize to us
apologize to
first.
the people that put you apologize to the people that's putting that money in your pocket. That's who you
I
apologize
get
to.
that, but no, no, he's also
Okay,
a
okay.
black
What
man.
what what shower
It doesn't
respectful.
matter. That's neither here nor there. But yes, he does need to apologize.
This is respect. This is what I think he should do. Shower. This is what I
Yes,
think he
yes,
should do.
yes, yes.
I think number one, when he goes to the production team, you apologize to Bob Arum and DeBoof in person. Then you sit down with the production team and you apologize to Edwin De Los Santos and Samson Lukowitz for not honoring the signed upon agreement. You apologize to your fans out there in Norfolk and the state of Virginia as a whole, and you apologize to Nahir Albright for being a little thug and putting your hands on him, and then you never talk about it again. That's it. Just apologize once. Don't talk about it again. Move on with your life and your career.
Um, definitely only apologize once because we got people out here who done did some dastardly stuff and they ain't apologized once
Yeah,
and they went
one of
on.
them is in the White House.
I'm talking about in boxing. Here you go. But yes, if y'all didn't know, Marky Dan does a show on politics. But no, I'm not talking about that man. I'm talking about in boxing. There have been people who've done
That
some
orange man.
nasty
That
things.
orange man.
Marky, where's my
I'm
belt?
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Where
I'm
is my
sorry.
belt? No, but seriously, people have done things, and they not only did they not apologize, they swept that mess up under the rug. But we know for a fact, um, Keyshawn, they're not gonna let him live this down for a minute. And I'm trying to think. Schofield got a fight coming up. First of all, black people gonna keep harping on Schofield for sure, but more than likely when they're gonna talk about him too. They're gonna talk about him ducking.
but but the difference with Schofield is like
I'm
I
not
feel like
comparing the
people.
situations. Yeah, I'm just saying
Yeah.
they're black men. They're not
Right.
gonna
Right.
just
Right. Right.
live
Right.
this shit down. It's not. And then with Keyshawn, yeah, this is major. It's major. And I know that there's some people out there that are like, oh, it's not a big deal. And again, you guys are entitled to feel the way you feel, but respectfully let us who are upset about it feel the way that we feel. Like we all have to respect each other. And I ain't happy. I'm not a supporter of his. Not by any means. I'm not supporting Keon either because your little butt was in tow. You should have stopped your big brother. Somebody got to have some brains, and it can't be just Kelvin who just got his ass beat. Like, come on. All these young people, y'all got to start stopping and thinking seriously. Think things through. Stop being so freaking emotional, especially men. And what was his mom doing, man? She was just amidst the fray.
I I mean
I wish my
I
son
don't
would
even
have.
know.
I
I
wish
can't
my
even
son
tell you.
would. Boy, ooh, boy, we would. I'd have been wrestling and head locking and choking out my kids in front of the TV if my kids was acting a fool like that, because they are a reflection of you. And these
Yep.
boys are a reflection of us, which is why I say, yes, apologize to us first, because we know everybody already hates us. We know that these people are waiting for an opportunity for us to fuck up so they can make a big old to do about it. And then they drag us out for months, for freaking years, where they don't do it to their own people. But every single time they come on the TV, somebody gonna mention it. God forbid he's in the crowd, they gonna be talking about it. Like it's just you our people gotta start thinking. Start thinking, stop being so selfish. Think. Start thinking. Stop being freaking emotional and just acting. He had already been suspended for smoking marijuana, so you've been in trouble. So what the
Yep.
hell would make you think doing this? First of all, missing weight, but like I said, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it pisses me off that I feel like I'm talking about it again. I'm not emotionally in my feelings about it again, but yeah, I'm a little. It's upsetting. He needs
Nah,
to
you mad
apologize.
because this is monkey behavior. This is straight up monkey behavior. This man's son was right there in a stroller, and he just saw red. He didn't have not one thought to his son's safety. I don't care what I'm doing. If I'm out in public with my kids, I hold on to them tight. I don't let my kids because
Absolutely.
my youngest son is 4 years old and my oldest is 6. So I don't just let them wander off or walk off or I'm not or I don't know what
Know
they're
where
doing.
they
Like I
are. That's
always
right.
have them in my peripheral, whatever it is. This man was so upset that a white that or not even a white a lady managed to push his son's stroller all the way up the hallway, and he didn't even realize for a whole minute.
But
That
you
lady
know what?
thank God that lady is a good person. Let it have been some type of terrible person. Let it have been a kidnapper or whatever. You're that upset, dude, that you're not even cognizant of the priority, your seed.
Yeah. You know what? I definitely was pissy when I saw that, and he went and grabbed the baby. But then, in the midst of the chaos, I didn't see what happened to the baby after that. But what ticks me off about that the most, again, baby mama was there, and I don't like to say baby mama.
Yup.
The mother of his child was there, but you were so busy chasing after him that this woman and somebody has said that she's part of their team to whatever degree she is.
I don't think so because the
Maybe
way how
she
they
ain't,
ran
but
up on her.
the woman at least did have the wherewithal. Because why is a baby in the midst of all that chaos? My feelings already are, I don't think children belong at a venue like a boxing match. I just don't. So many fights
Especially
break out.
small children. Especially small
Thank
children.
you. Okay, yeah. When you start talking about 9, 10, yeah, sure. But they
Yeah,
don't
like you
belong
gonna
in
be
that type
out
of
there.
venue.
You probably gonna be out there till 11 o'clock midnight. Like what do you
Yeah.
have a little 2 year old out there for?
Let me finish though. So I have a absolutely have an issue with the mother of his child. Don't be ever chasing after no man and let your baby get away from you, girl. Keyshawn is not even guaranteed to be probably with you forever. And if he is, kudos to him. But your child is forever your child. You don't ever let nothing remove you from your child's presence, especially in public, especially with chaos going on. His mama, like I said, is there. Why she wasn't stopping something, I don't know. But even as a grandmother, my eyeball is on my child and my grandbaby. Like I just have an issue with I take issue with those women in that sense. I don't have no beef with Keyshawn's mama. Whatever she did, who the hell she slept with, that's her business. I don't care. But I do care about what we saw. And absolutely, somebody could have freaking called child protection services on these people. They love to take our babies away from us,
Bro.
y'all. Like who don't
Shower.
know that? Who don't
Shower.
know
I
that?
mean,
Go ahead.
can you hear me? I hear the scratching.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, but imagine if the security, if that really turned into a brawl and the security had to pull out mace and mace the whole crowd to get it under control, and the little 2 year old is in the middle of that. They would have for sure had a reason to call CPS on you. Y'all acting a fool. No sense. Just monkeying around, bro. Like, and I know that's offensive to some people, but that's how it looks to me.
I'm not mad at it. Like I usually use a terminology in my house. I have been for a long time. I ain't gonna say it on here, but yeah, monkeying around indeed. Mm. It looks worse because of all the talking Keyshawn did before, acting like he's a nice. You know what? Okay, but who actually fell for the bullshit? Like, not me. I said that too. I never liked Keyshawn. I just started supporting him through boxing when the Limos fight came down. And oddly enough, you just went through somebody missing weight on you, and you turn your little funky ass around and do the same thing. So yeah, I never thought he's smart. Why he call himself the businessman? Because a businessman, a true businessman, would never put himself in that type of situation. And I definitely never thought he was nice. Nothing nice about him. He's fake. He's annoying. He's cocky, and I do not like cocky people. Confident, yes. Cocky, get the hell out of here with that shit. That whole cockiness is the reason why you dancing up on the scale because you think you're untouchable. And he had the nerve to talk about Devin and being entitled. What the hell was that? What is taking your little funky self back to somebody's room and getting up in their face? Like who the hell do you think you are? That's entitlement.
Nah, that
I ain't
ain't
never
cocky.
seen Devin do no bullshit like that. Like, come on, dude. That's
Nah,
cocky.
that's not cocky. That's just being a punk. Cocky is, and I don't mind cocky fighters. Just if you're gonna write them checks, cash it. Muhammad Ali was one of the most cocky. I mean, one of the most arrogant, cocky sons of bitches you will ever meet. That man wrote all those checks with his mouth and he cashed them. Sugar Ray, oh, I ain't gonna put Sugar Ray in that category, but Floyd Mayweather. Say whatever you want about him. Probably one of the most hated individuals in from the 2000s. This man was burning money in the middle of a recession. He was literally throwing packs of money into a pit of fire while people are out here struggling and losing their homes. And then he would go and talk the most just unadulterated shit before he go out there and fight. But hey, that man always won. He always handled his business. He always made weight. So nah, Keyshawn is just a fucking lame. He's a punk. He's all that. He's a lame for not handling his business on the weight side, and he's a punk for doing what he did to Nair Albright.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Not at all. And I mean, shout out to Nair Albright again. And he said he wants to run it back with Keyshawn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to me, that's neither here nor there. Yes, I'm a fan of boxing. So yeah, you run it back. I'm not mad. I said I like that Nair likes to fight. But see, here's the thing. That he has a promoter and his promoter said, yeah, y'all come up to Philly next time. Y'all better not, y'all better not go to Philly. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't do that. Don't take y'all little selves up there. Cause I
Man,
want
look
to say it was
here.
like YSM asking his promoter, like, well,
I
you know,
I can't
are
remember
y'all
who it
gonna do
was,
him?
y'all.
Hold on. He
I,
said, are y'all gonna do him the way they did y'all? And he said, nah, but Nair has brothers, y'all. He has a cousin that
yep.
fights. He come out of a gym of Bozy. Look, don't take y'all's ass up to Philly. That's all I can say. And
Nah,
Thomas,
them Philly
she did.
gorillas. They go ahead, go ahead.
I was just Thomas said he hoped his girl tore him a new. She didn't. She didn't. She's probably, you know what? I don't want to make no assumptions about that girl, but I'm gonna say more than likely she probably didn't. Because who wants to
No,
get kicked out of the house with
exactly.
somebody like that? And he
No,
take
he's
that
financing
baby.
her whole lifestyle.
Yeah,
She ain't
there you
opening her mouth to
go.
say a word.
There you go. I'm glad you
No, but
understand.
what was I just about to say? What was I about to say?
I don't know. Sorry.
Nah, you good. It happens. I lose my train of thought. What was you just talking about? It was literally to the heart of our subject.
I
God, leash, shower. It's
don't
gone.
know.
It's gone. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me later. He'll come back.
What was we just talking about? Look, somebody in the chat help us out. I don't remember. It was about Keyshawn fight. Was it not Nair?
Oh, Nair Albright. Right. Nair Albright. Him going to Philly. Nair Albright. Firstly, the reason why I hate this even more is because I know somebody that knows Nair Albright. Mazuma TV, very good brother. Came up with him in the amateurs. He said Nair Albright that Keyshawn did that to him because he felt Nair Albright was one of them type of people he could bully. Because Nair is quiet. You will never see Nair out here doing no monkey stuff. He is a quiet, well-mannered young gentleman from Philly. Now his brothers, that's a whole different story. And they gonna try to catch Keyshawn at that first press conference. I don't doubt that. And if Keyshawn whoops his brother, I don't doubt that they might jump in that ring and whoop his ass. I would do the same thing. If
Mm.
that if Nair Albright was my brother, that's what I'm doing. But then I don't know if Keyshawn wants to go to Philly because they are vicious. They are the most vicious sports crowd I've ever seen. When Joey Crawford, when Joey Crawford came down to fight Boots and he was talking about his dead father, those people were laughing. Like it's just a different type of meanness and nastiness to Philly, bro. I would stay
Are
out of
you
there.
sure it's just Philly? Because my absolute feelings are is the world is just becoming mean and that's like people is just fucked up people nowadays.
Nah, but them Eagles fans, those Philly Flyer fans, nah, they a different level of nasty. But I do
Mm.
agree with you. The world in general is pretty mean, especially the black folk.
So also with Nair, like I said, and he has a cousin that fights Quadir. Um, like he has family too. So yeah, definitely be careful. Also, something that I didn't talk about that I think is problematic because this was before Kelvin came out and apologized. Bud and Bomac went and apologized to Nair. That's problematic. There's no way um they should have had to have done that. That kind of made me feel some kind of way too. Shout out to Bud and Bomac for trying to smooth things over, but it's not your responsibility either. Um,
Hey, Shower, can you do me a favor? I think these Negroes they might have timed me out for an entire day. Can you go back up and just hit timeout for 10 seconds on my last comment? I'm just trying to post my link to my channel. These people, you see, now when I come out saying racist and old man, and I start talking about Puerto Ricans eating chopped cheeses, I'm wrong, right? But then they do this stuff to
um,
me.
Wait a minute. Why does it say that I deleted your message? I gave you a wrench, didn't I?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
they
gave.
time me out. So I'm still timed out.
Oh, oh. Well, it says I deleted your comment for some reason, but I gave you 10 seconds.
Thank you. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, got nothing to say. You Puerto Rican chopped cheese eating bastard.
I'm not giving up on Keyshawn just yet. He has to be held accountable. I agree, but hopefully this is a learning experience. Absolutely. At the end of the day, that's why I said I don't think he should be banned from the sport. No, absolutely not. And with everything, it should be a learning experience. But again, this dude already tested, and I'm not villainizing people who smoke weed. I don't care. I used to, but you already tested dirty for smoking weed, and then you went on your little Christian, oh, praise Jesus. And so if you love Jesus, what would Jesus do that night? That's all I'm saying. Like that's what another reason why I say he's fake. It's fake. It's fake. Let me see. King.
I ain't
Uh-oh.
gonna say that. I think he's a young man working on himself. I ain't gonna say that. You don't know that. Come on now.
I don't know what.
That his faith is fake. That's all I'm saying.
No, I didn't say his faith is. I said he's fake because here's the thing.
Okay, I can
You
agree.
you gonna call yourself a Christian, but then you running amok, all the haughtiness of jumping again. We just rehashing the stuff that happened, getting up on the thing, dancing, knowing you missed weight, getting in people. It's the fight game, so yeah, I expect you to get in Edwin's face. I expect that part. If you're on weight, it's just no. Jesus ain't your brother. That's all I'm gonna say. Not acting like that. Not acting like a dang crazy fool running around in the back, jumping all up in people's face and stuff. And apparently, all the older brother did was say, "Y'all is out of pocket for you know, running up in our dressing room like that."
Yeah. I'm gonna get up out of here, shower. It was amazing
Man,
and beautiful talking to you today, especially after my
same
little
here, Mikey.
situation I had before I got on here. It was great talking to you. Okay.
Yeah, I hope wish you the best with the car situation, man. I know all about car troubles and
Yeah, it's absolute hell. But like I said, I'm gonna get up out of here. Salute to your
thanks for
channel,
coming on,
please.
Mikey.
No problem. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the beautiful Shawalaya show. I posted a link to my channel, Democracy 101. Please give me a sub if y'all got some time. I post great content. I post great political discourse between me and others. So please look out for my channel. And peace.
Peace out. Um, yeah, I didn't want to talk, like I said, on this subject at all anyway, but Marky got up here and got me going. So now, definitely, I absolutely have nothing else to say about this. I don't even think I want to talk about it in nobody else's chat, y'all. Like, I don't like drama. I will talk to it to the extent of rebuilding, and or how we even can learn from this as a people. I definitely would tackle it at that angle, but the drama of it and the nonsense, nah. It's only so much we could keep going over that. That's absolutely beating a dead horse, and I don't like beating on animals. So you try to avoid it, you know, and just don't do it. Just, I mean, that's easy for me to say because I could just totally tap out. I be, I'm a mother. I know how to tune out, hollering and crying. I know how to do that. But you got kids, you should know how to tune stuff out too. Just be like, whatever. Go find something else to do as the chat rolls on until they move to another freaking topic, man. It does, Mark Hatch. I don't think people understand that. And again, I said this before. I absolutely am I take things on. I absolutely take things on. And I also said the older I get, the more emotional I am. But some things can affect me badly. Like for instance, the whole Bud versus Errol. It took a toll on me mentally. And just like my spirit, it sits on me. The other one, the whole Ryan and Devin thing. Like I again, I will shut down. I'm not gonna go to no social media. I'm not reading comments because in the beginning I'll start trying to comment and say how I feel, but then it just gets so tiresome, and I just feel like we are focused on something that I don't see any fruit in dragging it out, and people are going to disagree. So what is the point? I'm not into arguing. I ain't gonna sit up and argue with you. I ain't gonna debate with you. I'm gonna say how I feel, and then I'm gonna move around. And I'm gonna let other people sit up and do that craziness. I don't have time for that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old and my patience. Actually, I'm a very patient person, but I don't have it for bullshit. Like, I can't do it. And it's an energy suck. Like it sucks your energy. I actually think it's demonic. I think a lot of the things that be happening around us is straight up evil and wickedness. And when you get sucked into it, it's feeding off of your energy. Ain't nothing feeding off of me. I'm not giving it that power. Fuck that. I'm done. Only into solutions. Yes, and absolutely. And it's not just because I'm old, because there's young people that's like that too. It's just your level of tolerance for bullshit. And a lot of us just don't have it no more. I'm not dragging shit out. Yeah, I'm good. It could become a distraction from all the other fighters and events that deserve attention. Absolutely. You know what? I was thinking earlier before I got started on this live, and I told myself I don't want to talk about this because in life, and especially with us, because I'm not really concerned with nobody else, our attention span is like that. One thing happened, something else happened, whatever this was is out the window. And it just stacks and it stacks and it stacks. Now you might be able to go back and remember something about that thing that was on the bottom, But it's just so much BS in life that happens that we harbor and hold on to. And it's all at the end of the day very distracting. And I think it's designed to be that way again by an evil being. My great brother Aunt McQueen. I didn't say hi to you earlier, did I?
No, but I didn't say anything.
You far away.
I was in the back. Oh no, hold on.
Yeah, yeah,
Damn,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not on my AirPods.
No, you were far away.
Hold on a second.
You were in the background doing something. If I didn't say hello earlier, hello, Aunt. You know I love my brother
Yeah,
Aunt.
I'm saying it could be a distraction. Just last night, look at how many fighters we looked at. We looked at Carolyn Veer. We looked at Elizabeth Ashoba. We looked at Arthur Biarsanov. We looked at
Let my
Albert
dog out.
Ramirez. Whole bunch of fighters.
Look, now I'm far away. Yep. Yes, we did. Oh, let me.
I feel like to say this in the
I got
time
my.
that it takes to keep talking about these same guys, Keyshawn Davis, Teofimo Lopez, yada yada yada. We could have been doing our research, doing our due diligence.
A
We
lot of
got
people don't
upcoming
do that though,
fights.
I get a lot of people don't have the time, and or people don't make the time because they have. Not everybody's on the same level of support that we are. You know, everybody has a
Now that's a
life. I
different
get it, and
conversation.
that's why they listen. Well, that's why they listen to YouTube channels talk about what they really don't have the time to sit and look up, right? It is what it is. But yes, we looked at some good stuff. Matter of fact, everyone, I totally forgot. There is two fighters that I wanted to tell y'all to check out because y'all know I love to share and share alike. Now, Aunt can tell you more because Aunt be putting me on, but these two brothers is the ones heavyweights, heavyweight American and a Canadian by way of Jamaica. Joshua Edwards is an American heavyweight. He's named the Rocket. Amateur career, great. He didn't win any medals or anything, to my knowledge. He's 2-0. He's out of Houston. He's 25 years old, 6'3", Orthodox, and he's working with Ronnie Shields. He has been on what cards is I don't know if it was PBC. Oh, I'm like, what the heck? Or if it was it wasn't top rank. It wasn't top rank. So it must be
A DAZN production.
maybe
Joshua Edwards.
Joshua Edwards, you guys. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Hold on, because you know what? I changed. I was gonna let people see what he looks like, but oh, that's another fight that's coming Saturday. Juan Francisco Estrada. I'm not interested in that fight though whatsoever, so I didn't share with you all. But Joshua Edwards, very very good fighter so far. And again, he's only got two fights, but y'all will see what I'm talking about if you check the brother out. Joshua, decent kid, right? The other one, and I don't know if there's a picture for him. Yeah, maybe there is somewhere, huh? His name is Ricardo Brown, and he again is from Jamaica, but he's fighting out of Canada. Ricardo Brown, and he is 12-0 with 11 knockouts. Let me find him. His name is Big 12. Okay, and he's an older man, but he's new to the scene. Um, 11 knockouts, like I said. He's 6 foot 7.5 inches, orthodox, 35 years old. But yeah, check these guys out. Yeah, no, check these guys out. And I probably have some more. I mean, no, I don't. Aunt probably got some more because he just put me on to a gentleman last night. I don't remember his name because I didn't write it down, but the wolf. Ann ain't even in here. So I'm just talking. But yeah, definitely check those people out if you guys get a chance. Me, I think that I'm about done here. I will be back to do my break and picks for the fights this weekend. Um yeah, again, that whole Estrada Hermelio, whatever he is, I'm not doing that fight. I really don't care for that. You still here in the chat? Okay, well, I'm about to get off anyway, and ain't nobody holding me hostage today, damn it. Oh, here we go. So there's the name of the gentleman that we watched last night. Puts me in the mind of Better Biev, but I would say he's definitely more busier, a little, busier, more hands. Better Biev is more measured. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to all my family. Yeah. My big bro. I love you, kind of. I ain't ever gonna be mad at you. DP Rocker. I appreciate you guys. And I pray that your evening is a blessed one. Now I'm gonna try not to be special and be able to actually back up out of this damn thing with a live outro. Okay? Yeah. Y'all be blessed and have a good night. I will see you in these YouTube streets. Shalom.